Radio Fox.
History books are made to be broken. Every generation seeking to surpass the previous.
What we call it, Jerry?
To leave their own mark. With every moment etched in time.
Well, as a matter of fact, I think we have a special secret guest here at Radio Fox. Jeremy McGrath's room, please.
Phenomenal, thank you.
Honor yesterday. Invent tomorrow.
Hello, Jeremy?
That might be me.
Jeremy, how's it going?
Reintroducing Radio Fox. A broadcast by vurbmoto.
Yeah, welcome back. It's Radio Fox. We continue coverage of the Monster Energy AMA Amateur National Championship at Loretta Lynn's. Kevin here, Jason here, but we weren't here for a long, long time because I've seen, I think one time in the 23 years I've been at this event where we had a big break. This year we've had two consecutive days, massive, massive time off due to hellacious rain, and I cannot believe the track actually looks halfway decent by the end of today.
I don't know why I even doubt it.
I know, man.
I feel
You're
the same
right.
way in the morning.
We overreact every
when
time.
It's ankle-deep mud and slop everywhere, and they turn it around, and then you probably could have used the water truck at the end of the day, except for that little 50 moto.
Yeah, we'll talk
Right out
about
of the
that.
gate.
Yeah, that was just a little exclamation point on it. Yesterday we had huge rain, and we had an 8-hour delay, and then this morning it rained until about noon. And then the sun came out, that helped, and then they did an unbelievable amount of track work. The track had been sealed, and it was shockingly good once they first got out on the racetrack. The problem yesterday was we raced one moto and then it rained. Today, they did not race until the rain stopped, and it was actually decent.
Yeah, you can see where all the lanes of the track are there. They got the track raised up a little bit, and all the other lanes hold the water. So they do a great job of draining the water and getting it ready. They seal it all in, and it gives you the best racetrack. And once the sun came out, the rain stopped, they put the equipment out there and they went to work. And then you guys, your dirt bike guys, went to work as well.
Yeah, so they cut the motos to 15 minutes. And the other thing to keep in mind is that they still, due to all these delays, have not gotten any of the third motos done yet on a Friday. We're usually about a third of the way through the order. So tomorrow is going to be a mega rush to get titles crowned. We haven't done it yet. So a rare Friday night where we don't know who any of the champions yet are going to be. Tomorrow is going to be wild to get it all in. But I guess that's part of Loretta's, right? That's just the way it goes. And
I mean, the cool part about it being wild is it's actually what everyone is used to at the local level. We're going to go back to a little bit of a shorter racing format. We're not going to have sight laps for every moto, so it's really not as crazy. It's crazy for here, but it's what we're all used to leading up to this event.
Right, and we all know the whole point of Loretta's is you race on different days, so you have to deal with different weather, and the best all-around rider wins. So if you can handle the ruts and the mud today, the dry stuff earlier in the week, you're the better all-around rider, or maybe the best all-around rider.
Yeah.
So it's kind of how it goes. For us, though, it was awesome. I mean, we had a lot of downtime.
Oh man, a lot of time to shoot the breeze, check in with all of our buddies around the field here.
Yeah, I
and say
think people
hello.
probably enjoyed the relaxed pace for a bit.
Some did, and some were ready to go. I'm sure the parents of the 6-year-olds that had to keep them hemmed up all day in an RV in the rain were ready to turn those little wild ones loose. So,
yes.
And they did. At the end of the day, we let them run wild in the streets.
Yeah, we did have 450 motos at the end of the day.
450cc motos.
And not 450 motos, right. And it worked out good.
Yeah.
Until we got to the P-Dub class, and 30 bikes got stuck on the start straight.
Yeah, they came up. They went about 30 feet, and it just literally they stopped. About 10 kids were able to make it through. Then the mad push to get those kids up and out because we had an expanded support staff to get all those kids moving. So it was comical. It was probably not to them, but it was pretty fun to watch. Again, you can say I've never seen that before in a motocross race.
Yeah, it's P-Dubs, man. It's just too cute to get too mad about it. And eventually everybody got through and finished their moto. Time for highlights. You want to go to some highlights?
I would love to see some highlights. I love watching races.
Let's show you what it looked like when we finally did go racing today in the afternoon. It starts with the 250C Junior. This is our first class, again, of today in the afternoon time. And New Jersey's Robert Weiss on the 16 is going to get the whole shot. He's been nailing the starts this week, and we've noticed how clean he has looked throughout the week.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits, man. One of the first motos, get out there and get away from all that stuff. There's a guy on the left there not having a great day. He did for a minute, and it was all over there. There is the number 16, I believe, of Weiss, and you're going to see 67 of Corey Owings in here in a minute if you can make out the numbers.
Yeah. And Weiss starts to pull away. And now you can see, again, I cannot...
He can't see, but now he can with the tear off.
I cannot accentuate it. You're probably watching this saying, you guys said this is surprisingly good.
There's the 19 of Kyle Paleologos.
I think we took on 1.5 inches of rain before this moto. So the fact that the track looked this good, I'm telling you, I was shocked. Started out with C-Class, by the way, but Weiss, he handled it.
Yeah, man, so did Kyle Paleologos. There he is on the number 19. Kept him honest. We don't like a dishonest C-rider.
No, he did keep him honest. We have lie detectors around the racetrack. 59 at Carson Hall coming by. And then Logan Hale was the 17 you just saw come through. Weiss takes the win. Elio Logos and Braxton Kragenbring hit a big battle with Hall and Ryder Rodriguez, but he would end up on the podium. And unfortunately for him, he gets to talk to me. Right after that, we go to 450B Limited, and this is a big battle. Jeremy Fapani and Liam Olaf. I've been saying Alof wrong for 20 years, including his dad. Big anticipation of a battle with those two.
Yeah, and this was Olaf's moto here. Fapani, I believe, goes down.
Yeah, Fapani had a rough one. Tommy Callow gets the early lead. Fapani and Olaf were buried. I'd say this is the worst part of the track.
That's
Ten Commandments.
Not that part. That's a good line right there. You want to do that.
Saving energy.
Yeah, we got it on video. There's Callow on the KTM, but here comes the crazy helmet guy, Olaf there. The foam came off immediately. That's foam.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Like, what has he got?
No, the helmet's falling apart. He's going so fast.
Yes. I was like, is he setting some sort of trend?
Just stuff flying back behind. Look at all the breezing movement of that gear.
So Olaf is able to get the lead. That is super clutch. And Olaf, who's from California, said he's ridden the mud 2 times ever, once in December and once here. He couldn't believe he rode this well.
He's just a good motocross rider. He doesn't even know he's a good mud rider now. He should be excited any time it rains now because he can get it done.
We got the 45 of Reese Class and the 94 of Alvin Hillen. Hillen has been a podium guy a couple times this week, but then Hillen would go down.
Jordan Cooper was in there as well on that number 9 machine. We just caught a glimpse of him.
And there's Fapani, who had a rough one in this one. And tough on him on the 75. And they just kept on trucking, slinging mud off. There was Callow on that 56. There's Olaf again.
Props to that 1 inch of tape holding that foam on the entire moto.
Olaf takes the win. That's clutch. He had a big breakthrough last year to win in super mini divisions, I believe. So proving he can also get it done on a big bike is super, super important as well. And so far, so good for him. That Olaf story, yeah, his dad raced, Joe Olaf. We all remember him.
Yep.
But you would think, so Joe's been like pushing him since P-Dub days. That wasn't the case. He came out of nowhere last year.
Yeah, he was kind of a quiet story, and then last year he had a really good year. They've had this nice little ascension, and his dad, he's just super mild-mannered.
Yeah.
He's not going to get too excited either way, and I think it works in his favor, man.
I'll tell you one funny story of that, and then we're going to get to an interview with Jo Shimoda. Liam had a terrible start in some moto, but for some reason the whole shot people had him identified as the whole shot winner.
Right.
So I give him the whole shot check on the podium, and then Dad pulls it, and he's like, no, JJ got it. I'm going to give it to him. Joe Olaf's a cool guy. Good job, Liam. Good job, Joe. And speaking of Joe.
Yeah, we got one coming here. Let's talk to Jo Shimoda with his white gloves or something.
Yeah, he's all about the gear and the style. Let's find out.
Welcome back. This is a professional version of Radio Fox. And Joe, clean us up, man. It's Jo Shimoda.
We got Jo Shimoda here on a Friday. Glad to have you in. Doing a lot of stuff for Fox, but I actually just found out.
Yep.
I thought you were here just to represent Fox. You actually have like a hand in the gear being raced this week.
Yeah, that's true. I did this little cool project with Fox, helped them design a gear for the Fox athletes that's racing Loretta Lynn's, and I enjoyed it. I love doing it. So,
Now, how did you do? Did you draw it, or did you go back and forth with these guys?
so mainly like the designers at Fox gave me some few ideas. Well, I sent them some ideas and colors and stuff, and yeah, we went back and forth. And if I want to say something or choose something, I give them a feedback, and we just made it.
And he's very particular about his gear, his gloves. Jason?
Yeah, the white gloves. I did not know this.
White
We'll
glove.
never see you race without white gloves on. That's your thing?
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know why. If I don't have the white gloves, I feel not comfortable.
Really?
Yeah.
How many pair do you go through? I mean, white is tough to keep clean. What are we doing here?
I mean, it looks like 3 to 4 sets every single weekend. And there's what? How many races?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Practice.
Yeah. But this goes way back, because Kevin, you were talking about him in the amateur days with the all-white gear.
Yeah, he was. He got some help from Canvas back in the day, and I remember I'm like, who is this guy? He's like hovering around the top 10 on his Honda and decked out in all white. His dad was so meticulous. I'd watch him after motos pull the liner out of the helmet. The bike was spotless. All this white gear. I'm like, what is this all about? And now it makes sense now.
Yeah, you were all-white gear back then?
All white. No sponsors, just, Canvas helped me a lot. And yeah, back then sets they were making was either all black or all white. And then, yeah, that's what I was wearing.
I remember your breakout here at Loretta's Super Mini, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My best year was, Super Mini.
Yes.
Got one title.
Yeah, because again, you were in the hunt, you were battling, and then all of a sudden that year you like stepped forward. And then obviously you've been on the rise ever since. What did that for you, that Super Mini year, to really get you going?
I guess moving up to the bigger bike, I think I got better and better.
Yeah.
Well, and spending more time in the States, riding with faster guys, that kind of pushed me. Like I said, I had this like little story from Loretta's.
Okay.
My very, very first year, I came here on 65s.
Jeez.
And I was a 10-second a lap slower than like guys like Pierce, Robertson, Masterpool.
Okay.
My first year, Masterpool was racing with me on 65s.
You were 10 seconds off.
So yeah, I mean,
Got a little work to do.
Okay.
A lap. So
Jeez.
yeah, good memories here.
Were you going back and forth? Like, how did you even qualify for Loretta's that year?
I mean, luckily, for some reason I qualified on. We didn't know we had like West regionals.
Yeah.
And like there's areas of regionals.
Yeah.
So each like first few years, I only did the West regional, just one race.
Just all your eggs in one basket.
All in
Fingers
one.
crossed.
Yes.
And fingers crossed, and I qualified fourth.
That's excellent.
Good enough.
Yeah, it's funny because very, very first year I qualified 4-4.
Yeah.
Went back to Japan. I did a race there, and some lapper got in my way and then broke both of the wrists.
Jeez.
So had a bad year. Next year we came back. I think same week I qualified like 4-4 and came here. So
Did you, I mean, that's a lot of pressure, obviously, to fly over from Japan. You have one race to get it done. Did you know the pressure was there, or were you so young that you probably didn't even realize that, oh man, I can't mess this up?
to be honest, not really.
Oh, you just
The halfway flags are out, boys. We're halfway through.
Okay,
you're
yeah.
good.
To be honest, yeah, I didn't really know how big the deal was.
Yeah.
Like, maybe just me or everyone's different, but for me, like racing till like 250, I feel like I didn't really take it as a job or, just kind of riding around, being in this industry. So, yeah, that's how I went.
You didn't feel the pressure of getting on a plane and flying all the way over here. Like your dad was that cool. Did he keep it that cool for you?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Like I'm telling these stories many times. Like I came back from school one day. My dad goes, "We're going to the United States for 10 days next week." I'm like, "All right."
That was it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That was your reaction.
Yep.
And
Wow.
Loretta's was the thing you were aware of it, how big it was, how important it was, or
No, no knowledge. No knowledge about
that's probably the best thing.
any like pro motocross or supercross.
That was probably better, though.
Yeah.
There's no pressure on you then, right?
I guess.
Now, were you just like crushing dudes like back home? Like, were you like lapping everybody? Like, what was your level back home?
Back home in Japan, I did win many races.
Yeah.
I guess I was good enough over there, but yeah.
But this just your parents figured out there's another level.
Yeah.
You didn't ask.
I didn't ask for it, yeah.
That's wild.
Dude, I've enjoyed watching your language. I remember interviewing you like day one when I'd be like, "Hey Joe, talk about the riding," and he would go, and his father would be like, "Not very good, not very good." So I'd be like, and the slang, like he gets it, man. Like he's got a great sense of humor. It's I guess hanging out west.
It's funny. My very first interview I did was at Milestone. Remember that track?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's gone now, but now I realize the interviewer asks me, "How was the race?" I say, "Yes."
Nice. Nice.
And he
That's
goes,
kind of what I got too.
He goes, "Okay, cool. You like to thank anybody else?"
I do, yes.
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 Thank you again.
Okay. You didn't actually thank anybody.
I just said yes, thanks.
Okay.
Bye. Just left.
Bye.
I remember being told in your Geico Honda days, just use the mechanic as the translator. That's what we kind of did back then.
Yeah.
Did he know Japanese, or did he just know enough? Or how did that work?
In Geico days with
Yeah.
my mechanic?
Yeah.
Well, I would just translate like in like a Google Translate in the phone and speak
Wow.
him sometime. Well, even like 3 years ago, trying to set up my bike, I go through on my phone, like translate what's the exact feeling I want to explain.
Too stiff, not hard
Like,
enough.
you know, like not like just, not like stiff, like harsh or like those small,
oh
small
wow, those nuances.
little
Yeah.
extra words, you know?
Yeah, every rider
Jeez.
that knows English as a first language struggles to figure out what words to use when they're testing, and you were trying to do it through Google Translate
Yeah.
with the team?
Yeah.
Did it work?
I don't know. Maybe it could have been better.
Oh, that's wild. Yeah, so your mechanic back then, he did not speak Japanese. It was all Google Translate to make all this work.
Yep.
I've never heard that.
That's wild. And then your family, they weren't all, like, were you on your own somewhat, not speaking the language, but also having to, like, deal with regular life? How did that work?
Yeah, so I actually went public school for 4 years.
Yeah.
And then things got better and signing with Geico, Honda and stuff. Switched to on-track school, which helped me a lot racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was pretty tough
I would think.
on the first couple years on public school. My first day on the school, I'll go to principal office right away. What class do I go to? And then she'll take me.
Perfect.
Next period, because they change the period every hour.
Yeah, yeah.
Where Japan, you stay in one class all
Okay.
day. So after class, back to the principal's office, go to class again, principal's office.
They knew you very well there.
So yeah, she was very friendly.
Got her through.
It's gonna be friendly with the principal, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
And yeah, it wasn't the wrong reason. So this was public school in America?
Yeah,
You just moved here
moved here. Yeah.
and just went for it. Go to school, you don't really know the language or a lot of other things, but here we go.
Well, yeah, more like I didn't have the choice.
Okay. Yes.
So yeah, I had to.
Okay, looking back on this, and it's the same thing, you're buddies with the Lawrence brothers, and we talk about this with them all the time, where it's like, yeah, but all these struggles to get here kind of helps you sometimes. Do you think that having it so difficult and having to learn all this has maybe helped a little bit? You're definitely not spoiled. You definitely didn't have it handed to you. Do you think that's actually helped?
Yeah, for sure. Most of the time I kind of have to figure it out by myself,
Yep.
and I didn't have ability to ask someone either. So,
Sheesh.
but yeah, and in the motocross side, Lawrence brother helps me just because they're doing so good now.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like, okay, want to reach to them, like get closer. One day I want to pass him. Like that got me like good motivation, through amateur to pro. So
Yeah.
not just the friends wise, like they're doing so well that
Yeah.
that helps me to get, the process going.
But the kids you were racing here, the American kids, I mean, you had all these obstacles that you had to cross just to even get on the track, where they had things laid out for them. So it probably built some desire in you to overcome all these obstacles to achieve this.
Sorry, I don't really get that.
It's so hard to do what you did. All the life changes you had to take. You're not spoiled. You didn't have it handed to you. Did it build like a work ethic, you think, into you? Because you had to make this work.
Yeah, I mean, my parents,
What did your dad do for a living?
my dad do for a living.
Yeah, what do they do?
He does a recycling company. So he's always in Japan, never really comes here for full time. But yeah, to your questions, like there's so many situations that you just nobody to help to, and no ability to ask because the English barrier.
Yep.
So yeah, maybe I disrespected someone. Who knows? But I'm
Yeah.
here now.
Yeah, I think it's a cool story. Like the what you had to do on your own. Dad's not here, not speaking the language.
No pressure.
What happens on the racetrack is probably easy compared to some of the other
bikes.
stuff you had to deal with around the dirt bikes.
Joe's got
That's
to get
cool.
out and airbrush some shirts, so we're getting the wrap it up. Joe's got to get design studio. He's got to go get some stuff designed up. So we're gonna let him go, Jason.
Yep. You got to be proud though, of seeing your gear that you helped design out on the track.
Yeah, I loved it.
Cool.
Hopefully the kid stays clean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't get it dirty.
Might take
get
5 pairs of gloves.
the
All
whole
right,
shot.
Joe. Good to see you, buddy.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice seeing you guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
Joe, we're out of here.
All right, let's get to some highlights. All right, that's a cool deal. I don't think when we talked to Joe earlier in the week, he knew that the gear was going to get trashed in the mud.
Yeah, it's all gone. It's no good.
Yeah, the white glove treatment.
That's good. That's going to sell out. They're going to need more. Joe's
Yes.
stuff looks good. It does look good. It was bright. It was very flashy. So
Yeah.
props to Joe. It looks great.
Now, I've asked other riders this week. The white glove thing, it's not just a Joe
It's
thing.
happening now.
It's like the cool thing to
Yeah,
do. It's
it
like
was
the cool
red
thing
for
to
a
do.
long time. Now it's the white glove treatment. You run your hand across the top of that bike. If it's dirty, smack your mechanic. There's a lot of uses for those
Didn't
white
clean it
gloves.
enough. Yep. All right, let's get to more highlights. Some of the big time classes here at the ranch. Again, racing on a muddy-ish track. As the day went on, it got a little bit better. This is 250 Pro Sport Moto number 2. Julian Beaumer had won the first moto of this class, but we're going to find out, unfortunately for him, Lake Havasu in Arizona, maybe not the best place to build mud skills. Not a great one for him. He and Dax Bennick were way back. Watch Evan Ferry here in the lead, Kevin.
Yeah, watch. This is fantastic. Great front brakes. And great
Evan.
balance there for Ferry, but everybody goes around him, and the 51 says, thank you very much. He is going to set sail, Jason Weigandt.
Yep, that's Mark Finnis. So Evan Ferry.
Another good line. Love that line.
Love that. That outside, extreme
line.
outside line. So that was Evan Ferry who did the endo. And then Finnis, who has had bad starts for years at Loretta's, knew what to do with it. He got out front and pulled away big time. And then the watch was on to see if Bennick or Boomer could come through.
Yeah, and Boomer was about in 9th. Bennick was in about 12th, 13th. He came through, caught Boomer, and just I was like, okay, they're gonna
Stay
freight train
with him, yeah.
Didn't happen. Bennick was on the move there. Kevin Kozad dropping down the pro. No, it's not Kozad.
It is his number. Yeah. So Bennick and Boomer, we wanted to see a showdown when they started together. We didn't expect it to be starting like 10th. Hold on to that, Finnis.
Yeah. He was riding like a man possessed for sure. He's looking around the track like, where is everybody out? I should be getting attacked by now.
Yeah, he was long gone.
That's a man on the attack there.
Yeah, that's Bennick right there. He's, I think at this point, gotten around Boomer, started to pull away. Boomer had a tough moto, then he crashed, went out of the top 20. So our first moto winner struggled. Now, Bennick was struggling in the first moto of this class. So this title is wide open. Finnis has a second in Moto 1, and then he's got a big lead here in Moto 2. So Finnis looking good for the title.
And Dax has a 7th, so he says he's going to need a little bit of help to pull this thing out, but he was just putting it out there, sending it in the mud, jumping everything, getting sandblasted, roosted, did not care. Dax Bennick was all business.
He would get to second place, but there is your leader, Mark Finnis, doing his work down at Club MX. And this is how much better the 10 Commandments were in this moto.
Yeah, and it got better as the sun continued to stay out, and there's Dax Bennick got, he could see him. That's about as close as he's going to get.
Yeah, that was an impressive come from behind charge, but it's not going to be enough. Now he's going to need bad luck to strike in the shorter motos that we'll do tomorrow in Pro Sport. So there it is, Mark Finnis now sitting on 2-1 scores, and his group was ecstatic with this gold medal and moto win. And Gavin Towers, I believe, is now second in points because he's been consistent in both motos, taking third in this one. We'll go to Schoolboy 1. This is the 125 class.
Yes, listen to that. I don't know if you can hear, but it sounds beautiful. The 43 of Tiger Woods with a hole-in-one.
Unreal. It's Tiger Wood. It's Tiger Wood, yeah. But he has had plural as far as hole shots.
Correct.
It's been unbelievable, the starts. So you're thinking Tiger Wood,
Same story.
out front, clean. He's got this, right? He's going to have a challenger here.
Yeah, he's coming through the pack. Clark Robbins, that was Justin Turner there with the early challenge there. He goes down, but it's Tiger Wood, and then we're waiting for Clark Robbins to come in the picture. There he is, the number 9.
Yeah, Hunter Racing. My buddy Chris Hunter out in New Jersey, he's back here racing, and then he started a team, and Clark Robbins is going to the next level. He catches Tiger Wood.
Yeah, it was about 3 seconds for the longest time, and then Clark just found another gear.
Look at this. Down by the finish line, going to get inside of Wood.
That was it. That was that easy.
Yeah, so Clark Robbins to the lead. And this is going to be a title battle because they were both good in the first moto as well. Robbins was really upset with arm pump. His first 2 motos, he dropped back. He said he never got arm pump before. I clearly got that figured out now.
Yeah, I don't know how you don't get arm pump on this track. Riding in the mud typically brings that out. Yeah, but like some of these guys said, that it was actually, in their opinion, a better racetrack. So maybe it was. Maybe we're just not good dirt bike riders.
No, there's no maybe about that one. So Robbins, who was also on the USA Junior team a couple of weeks ago in Romania, I think it was.
That's right. That's
Mike
right.
Burkeen told us. And then Wood, by the way, the Australian. Take it down to the checkers. There it is, Clark Robbins, remember that name. There's Woods. You got me doing it now.
Sorry, buddy.
Tiger Wood. Austin Schaefer, Kay Johnson on the Yamaha, Owen Koval round out the top 5. Now we'll go to 4 strokes, Schoolboy 2. Story here was first moto winner Casey Cochran popped his shoulder out yesterday. He's back for this moto. He's got a good start, but then he goes down.
Didn't injure the shoulder, thankfully, but now he has got a ton of work to do. And this man is doing some work out front. Is that Janik out front on the 27 machine?
You had the 3 Kawasaki's, Janik, Enzo Timmerman, Drew Adams, all there looking to take advantage of Cochran being way back. And remember, this moto is 5 minutes shorter than it would have originally have been because we're trying to get more motos in due to the mud delays. So that is worst case scenario for Casey Cochran. There's Janik on the 27.
And that was Timmerman touching down behind him from about 3 stories.
On the 81, yep. Adams, he goes down, loses a couple of spots. So now Janik, I believe, is going to be the one in control looking at 3-1 scores. Crash there. Oh, it's Landon Peppard. Went down on the 37. But Janik's going to have a 3-1. This is coveted 250B and Schoolboy 2, the 250Fs. These might be the toughest classes to win at Loretta's these days because when you go to pro sport, you never know who's going to turn pro early and not even race here. And B, you got to go through the best. And Christian Janik's trying to get it done with a big second moto win. Temmerman peppered. Adams with the crash ends up recovering for 4th, and Cochran from last to 5th in a shortened moto.
Wow.
So Cochran now has 1-5 moto scores. It's not quite over,
Nope.
but he's going to need some help.
Yeah, I mean, it's a competitive class. Anything can happen to any of those
That's
guys.
true.
So,
That's
I mean,
true.
we might get rain tomorrow. We don't know.
But it's so wild how this thing works. Cochran won his first 2 motos going away this week, and we're like, he's going to be the dominant guy.
He's the guy, yeah, and the things are good. He's still obviously fast, but now these guys have some momentum. Now they're feeling it, so things change moto to moto.
Yeah, he might not win either title. One other class, 250B, Cochran's out of it because he DNF'd second moto with the shoulder. Here he's got a 1-5. It's amazing how quickly things change in this game. And I want to mention one other thing, the heartbreak. Canyon Richards had a great week going. He was looking at 2-2 scores in Super Mini until his bike broke on the last lap today, so now he's sitting on 2 DNF.
Anybody have any motors out there they want to let go of?
He's been struggling all week with that.
Man,
practice day.
His best,
everything.
and I will say it's his best and worst week at Loretta's ever because he's had the best finishes almost, and then things go sour. Bummer. Hey, you got the speed, kid, so keep doing what you're doing, man.
That's
We're
right.
stoked.
And Canyon's trying to become a GNCC Youth Champ and a Super Mini Loretta's Champ in the same year, which I don't know if anyone's ever done that, but
Let's just make it up.
bad luck.
Yeah, I like it.
Yep, but everybody knows, even the guys who dominate down here, they know Adam Cianciarulo, who we're going to talk to next. We're asking him about his favorite memory. Everyone remembers the wins, but even he had some rough ones here. Let's check in with Adam Cianciarulo, his favorite Loretta's memory.
My favorite memory from Loretta's, looking back now, was 2003. I think I won the first moto in a 4-6. I think it was a 4-650 class. I was racing like my best friend at the time, Dalton Myers. I went 1, and then I crashed in the last corner trying to pass for the lead in the second moto. Got 7th. Then I won the third moto, but Dalton ended up going like 3-2-3 for the overall. He passed away in 2015, and so now I always look back, and it was such a massive accomplishment for him and his family. I was happy to be there for that one.
We're up.
You're
We're
up.
back. It's Radio Fox. We got Daxton Bennick here, one of our contenders in the Open Pro Sport and 250 Pro Sport class. I know you've raced Loretta's a lot, but this is a little bit different. And you've had muddy races too, but this has been wild how this week has turned out, man.
Yeah, I mean, I was told I was racing in the morning, and I didn't even race at all yesterday. So
yeah,
it feels like it's a big change. It was actually nice to get the day off, but yeah, we had to race in the mud today, and it was fun.
Yeah, are you crazy? Did I hear you say out that door you like the track best in the mud moto today so far this week?
Yeah, I liked it the best because it was there wasn't so many bumps, so you could really send it, and the pace was a little faster. So I liked it a lot, and yeah, I had a bad start, but I came back to the pack.
So, hey, it's got to be kind of fun coming here without the pressure of, all right, I got to do this in order to get a ride and maintain a ride. That's kind of handled. You're just here to race dudes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just here to have fun, and this is my last year, so I got to make it count.
Yeah, it's kind of funny if you think about the pressure normally on Loretta's. Is this like the least pressure you've had?
Yeah, it really is, because I know, first, I've obviously been training really hard, and I've raced some of the pro rounds, so I kind of know what to expect. The motos have always felt long here, but now they really don't, because I have raced the full 35. So.
Speaking of pressure, graduation, do you have any last minute assignments you had to bust and just bang out some papers while you were here, like writing some stuff? Like
cram
like in
for the
between
test.
motos, like, oh my God, Miss Andrea, will you please allow me to put this in? I know I have internet. Do you have to drive into town to email her right back over to her?
It was hectic, dude. We had to go through a lot.
Actually, I've heard your mom's probably graduating for the second time, right?
Yeah, she's doing some help. You know?
Okay, we call that tutoring. We call that tutoring.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you think at all there was a chance you weren't going to race this year? You jumped in a couple pro races
or
and you
graduate
did really well. Okay,
yeah, that was both. Yeah,
both.
Yeah,
Teetering.
well, the graduating part I was a little more stressed about that, but
not stressed about the race.
Yeah, the race is no big deal.
So you're sitting good in Open. That's the one you're sitting.
Yeah.
Better your scores there.
Yeah, 1-1.
1-1, and then 250. You still got a shot at it, you think?
Yeah, I need a little help, but I think I can still win it.
Okay. What is it? What were you in Moto 1?
7.
So 7-2.
Yeah.
You might need some more mud.
I need more mud.
The mud might help you. You know, it seems normal. Like you won a 50 title or a bunch of 50 titles, didn't you?
Yeah. Well.
Or do you only
I
get
won
one?
2013. I think.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I went on 65.
10 years ago.
It seems normal to be like, I won on a 50 and a 65, and it goes all the way up to pro sport. But it's actually probably more rare than you probably realize. I don't know what happens, but somewhere along the way things just go sideways. What do you credit that to? Like you've been pretty consistent through the years. I don't know. Dad's back there saying me.
Todd Bennick,
But honestly,
of course.
you should be proud of yourself. We don't often see a 10-year run like this without, hey, what happened to that kid?
Yeah, I've had like people tell me, oh yeah, you're gonna suck on big bikes. And
For reals?
Yeah, just because like that does happen.
It does,
for sure.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I guess it was 2020 whenever like COVID hit and everything. I didn't race super mini or 125, just went straight to 250, and I was pretty young. But yeah, I got second in the B limited class, so that's kind of when I knew like I liked the big bike a lot, and yeah, I mean that's kind of where I think I proved to people that I could ride big bikes.
It was funny. I was asking. I'm like, I remember you were super young, and then there was somebody else that was like, went nuts that year. It was Levi Kitchen.
Yeah, Levi. Yeah.
And now you're teammate.
Yeah, if he wasn't in that class, I would have won. So.
Yeah, you said y'all had like a weird, awkward, like bachelor type dinner where somebody gets the rose at the end of the night.
Yeah.
And Levi got the rose. But hey, you got a rose too, man. Just 2 years later.
Yeah, there's some more story to that, but we'll keep it.
Okay.
That was more stressful too.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's got to be funny. So yeah, you guys all ride, train together, and all that. But are you the only star guy that's racing here right now?
Yeah.
I mean, Towers rides there.
Yeah.
Right. But you're the only team guy.
Yeah.
So are they checking in? Are they watching? You getting ribbed by guys? Like, how does that all work?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's watching at home, like even the teammates. So
Yeah.
they weren't very happy about that one moto. You know, they had to, Bobby
Everybody's
ripped into me a little bit.
sending you stuff.
Yeah, he picked me up, but that's why I won the next moto. So
Oh,
we had
yeah.
we had to pull it around.
You see, every time Bobby yells at you guys, and then you do well in the next moto, it just means he's gonna yell at you again.
Yeah.
You prove that it works.
Yep, that is true.
Yeah, look how clean your bike is in this one, man.
Yep,
Things
that
were
was the
going
moto.
well.
I came back.
Things were going well for
The
you
track
there.
was that good in that moto?
That one?
Yeah.
No, that
Okay,
moto
that was earlier.
That
Okay,
was,
I was like, whoa.
yesterday. Yeah.
I was like, whoa, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
So this is just a fun thing to finish up Loretta's. I mean, are you more excited about Unadilla coming up? Is that where your real thoughts are?
I mean, I'm excited to be here. It's just
Yeah.
a lot less like going on. Obviously, the pro
Yeah.
race, there's a lot going on. So I'm excited to go to Unadilla, but I know it's a lot more serious at Unadilla.
Yeah.
So, but I'm excited to keep learning for sure.
Yeah, you probably regret it if you look back and be like, that last year at Loretta's, I should have soaked it in.
Yeah, I know. I feel that for sure.
Okay.
It feels like the week's already kind of flown by.
Can we talk about your dad's crazy stuff that he does a little bit? Can we talk about that? Can we talk about jumping school buses?
Yeah, he does some crazy stuff, but I should have listened to him this morning. He told me not to start with a whole shot device, and I did, and I came out last. So
Oh,
he
Dad
got
again.
me on that one.
He said don't use a whole shot device.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, it was muddy, and
you want more
the
weight
bike
on the
was just
back end.
spinning.
Yes.
So yeah,
If somebody else
knows.
would have said that, you would have listened, wouldn't you?
maybe.
Always the case, man. Kids don't listen to dad. Your dad was
great.
an accomplished rider back in the day. Went into freestyle, and now he sells RVs and whatever else he's buying. And I
He'll
think
buy and sell you, bro.
Yeah, I think he
will
sold
buy
the Vurb Moto one as well. So yeah,
He's wild. We won't give him too much credit. Won't give him too much
he's
credit.
got to
right?
graduate, man. We got to get him
we
up there.
can.
Yeah. Oh, graduation time. All right, Dax has got to go. Congratulations. High school diploma coming
Thank
up, courtesy of On Track.
Graduates Loretta's
Thank you.
and school same night, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Radio Fox, too.
It's a good night.
Yeah. All right. Good luck tomorrow on the final day of racing. We're going to go to Austin Faulkner here with his memories of racing at the ranch.
Have some fun.
My favorite memory from Loretta's is probably winning the 85 9-11 and 7-11 class, I believe, back in 2010. I was basically no sponsors on a bone stock bike in the stock and mod class, and that was my first real winning anything big. And after that's whenever I got sponsored by Cowie and Fox and kind of everybody. So that was a big, like, I mean, that basically that one race kind of set my career off, really.
So good. What is the vurbmoto Shred Tour?
That was rad.
Only the greatest time of your effing life. Imagine a 24/7 summer camp with dirt bikes.
That's what it's all about.
Who else can claim they've jumped off the world's largest rocking chair? No one. It's a Guinness World Record. Who else combines live wrestling and dirt bikes? No one. Activities for all ages, including Stasic and Grainger E2 demos, and bikes, e-moto racing, fist gloves, free hot dogs, bands, and yeah, actual real racing. Oh, and a free $20 to motorsport.com. Everyone who comes through the gate. Yes, everyone. Join us for the vurbmoto Shredheads at Fox Raceway, October 28th and 29th in Hala, California. Visit vurbmoto.com for more details.
All right, let's bring in our next guest. This is Send It Seth Dennis.
It is.
You look the same as you always did at Loretta's, just stretched.
Getting
Like every
taller.
year you just get longer.
Yeah.
Did Drew
Yeah.
Adams let you borrow that hat?
No, dude, I had to match the pink on pink, you know.
That's the move, isn't it?
It is.
Hey, we were just talking about where you live. Like, how many states have you lived in? Can you even remember them all?
I don't remember the first two, but I remember California, and it was not a fun experience.
Well,
You're
not
from,
a big fan.
You say you're from Tennessee, though, also?
Yeah, I was born here in Tennessee, moved to Colorado when I was little, and then,
Job took you there?
huh?
Work? Your married?
Yeah,
your
my
wife
dad
was,
worked in Colorado, and then to Florida for work.
You got married, and then that's when you went to Florida for a while, then quit
Yeah.
racing for 10 years, and now you're back. It's good to have you back, man.
Yep. He moved for his kids. He wanted his kids to get into a good school
Good at the
system.
school system, Claremont.
So you're in Claremont now.
Yes, near Claremont, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
you're
kind of
at-
like on the outskirts of Claremont.
Yep. You're at Sandbox.
Yes, Mo Sandbox.
And when we say at Sandbox, like you're literally living there?
Yeah,
Do
literally.
you have to do like chores, like, oh, I gotta like, sweep the track or whatever, anything like that?
Sweep the track. Vacuum
No.
the track.
Yeah, not really.
You messed it up. You fix it.
Yeah, really.
Are you just in a motorhome there or what?
Yeah, and then we got this like
shed.
shed type of deal out there. So
Just-
it's like pretty much a full-size living room. So it's
Do you
like a
got to go
man
in there,
cave.
watch TV, and hang out in there?
Yeah, full-size couch, everything.
Well, that's not bad. That's kind of cool.
The Sandbox has maybe got the coolest history of all. The Sandbox actually started as Grant Langston's place. Then it became Ryan Villapoto's place.
Yep.
Now Ken Roxon's still there, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Brad
So-
Pitt bought it. He was there for a while doing some
Oh,
stuff.
Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt.
so it's
Yep.
kinda
Government
went through
seized it for a
Did
while.
you know that? Brad Pitt owned it? He did.
Okay, we were confusing. I'll tell you a real story. This is funny. You probably don't even know this. So why is it there? Langston wanted to build a place in Florida. He went to Big James Stewart and said, where should I build? Big James, as he's known to do, just says, Claremont.
Just like that.
Got the just Claremont. So Langston's like, okay, because the dirt is more clay than sand compared to other parts, and it's close enough to get to Orlando Airport.
Okay.
So that's why Langston built there. He sold it to Villapoto, worked with Aldo
So
Baker
the
there. Here we go.
epicenter of Supercross and motocross.
Is because
Big James
said one word, Claremont.
That's it.
Anyway, there you go. Now you learned that.
Yeah.
So when Roxon's out there, back in the day, AC used to ride there and all that. Do you ride with him? Do you see him? How does that work with your level and having like the highest level
Yeah.
pros there?
Are you allowed to make eye contact with him? He's like, don't look at me in the eye.
Yeah, it's definitely cool to have some pros there. We can see him as an example for some corners, and it's just good to have him there because Ken's such a smooth rider, and him on Supercross is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's helped me definitely in Supercross.
Yeah, you do some Supercross?
I try to. I love Supercross. I try to get
okay.
on as much as possible.
Man,
So-
look at that slow. You can't help but look at yourself. He's watching his own highlights like, man, look at that gear. I look good.
Look at that good.
I look
Little
so
slow
good.
though, little slow.
You could have
Or is
picked the
that
pace
slow
up.
motion?
That's slow motion.
Oh,
yeah.
it's slow motion. My bad.
Parade lap, dude. Come on.
How's it going for you this week, Seth?
It ain't going too bad. I'm pretty sure Super Mini 1 I'm sitting second, and then I'm actually tied for second, and then Super Mini 2 I'm third.
Okay. So third motos, you still got a shot at both?
I gotta have a little
luck.
But hopefully if I win both, I'll get paid.
Okay. That's
And
cool.
that's the goal either way. Just win motos. That's all you can
Yeah.
do, right? Not worried about doing math or anything like that.
No.
Good
Just
stuff.
drop the hammer.
So we had these mega long breaks these last 2 days. Like, what do
Yeah.
you do during like
Dude.
8 hours off?
I was sleeping for so long here.
Really?
I was snoozing.
He
you
probably
sleep good in the
wasn't as
RV?
tall. The tallness?
Yes,
he probably
you
grew
sleep.
2 inches
Yeah, yeah.
from all that
Oh,
sleep.
probably. I wouldn't doubt it.
Video games, anything like that?
Kinda. I'm not lying. When I come off of training, I go right to bed. Nap, then I'll wake
Where are
back
you
up.
out? Hey, when Ken Roxon's riding, and, like, or you're out there with him, does he yell at you in German or American? What does that typically look like?
He's never yelled at me, but he's really nice though.
I can see that. Seems like a good dude.
Yeah,
You got
he's really
kids.
nice.
The video game thing and the hanging out thing. I always find it so weird to think like, I see riders and I'm like, oh, they're probably like super bitter rivals. They want to beat each other. But then I see dudes hanging out. It's like we're friends off the track. So are there some riders that you hang out with here, or you're like, no, man, I'm Terminator all the time?
I hang out with a lot of people. I've been hanging out mostly with Chase Lawton. He's also a Fox rider. We're parked right next to each other.
Yeah.
We've been hanging out the whole week.
Would you hang out with him if he wore like Thor? See, look how hard that was, man.
Yeah.
They're about that.
They're like, no, it's in the deal. You're not allowed to be friends with anyone else. No, we're just kidding. Just kidding. I hate to bring this up, but you have a new team manager lately over there. His name is Daniel Blair.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So how much worse has it been now having Daniel Blair involved?
To be honest,
No. You can be
probably
honest.
better.
Oh, come on, man.
You
That's
think
exactly
so?
what I don't want to give this to him. I don't want to give this to him. No, I know he's a big fan of yours, so you like him.
Yeah, he's super cool.
Yep.
I like him.
Okay.
Hey, we're all
man.
fair
We're
now.
going to cut that. I wanna-
No, we're all
yeah,
fair.
Yeah.
Now,
This doesn't count. Now you can tell
seriously,
us.
Daniel Blair, let's go into it.
It's wild how many riders are involved over there. You've been in the Orange Brigade for a long time, so maybe you're kind of used to that, but it's wild how many riders there are.
Yeah, there's a lot. I've been on Orange Brigade since I was like 7, 8. So
Yes.
It's been a while for sure.
You were a 50 rider, right?
Yeah, I just moved up to the bigger like seniors, and
Yep.
KTM reached out, and my dad was like,
Heck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
my
Yeah.
dad
That's a
was
big
like,
deal.
yeah.
Like getting on that team is like it's the cream of the crop, right? You
Yeah,
feel-
definitely for 50s. And they didn't have a 50 rider forever. They were like
we need this
no
guy.
50s, and I was like
Oh.
first 50, and then it was like at KTM ripped, to be honest.
Yeah, so it was fine.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
You were gonna buy that 50 anyway, weren't you? Even if they didn't give it to you, you need that 50.
I don't know.
It worked out.
Never know.
It worked
It
out.
worked
for him.
out though.
Yep. So you're 14 now, you told us?
Yeah, 14.
So Kevin, you want to ask about the education? Like, we were wondering, are you on track graduating high school yet?
Yeah.
No.
High school graduate at 14? No.
Come on,
Not
man.
quite.
What
College?
grade are you in? We going in 9th grade?
Yeah, we're going in the 9th.
Do you do on homeschool or are you?
Yeah, I don't do on track. I do FLVS, Florida Virtual School.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of similar.
Yep.
But yeah, it's definitely flexible around the training program.
Who do you do all the work yourself, right? You pounding it out, right?
I try as much as I can.
I like it, man.
It's got to get that sleep in after training.
How many
Really?
good hours of sleep we getting in? Getting 15 or so at night and 4 or 5 during the day?
It feels like it.
20 hours of sleep.
Dude, it feels like it.
We're going to know you're a sleeper. Now we know.
Yes, yes.
That's his weakness. If you have an early morning moto,
Have you
is
missed
that
a moto?
difficult? Have you missed a moto? He's
I
just
mean, I had
sleeping,
an
dude.
early morning moto and I ripped.
Oh, so you're good with
Boom,
it.
Deal
Yes,
with it.
I like
Deal
it.
with it, bro.
I fell asleep right after the moto.
You really did?
Yes, I did.
On the podium, Mom had to walk him back, lay him down in
Yeah.
a little cot.
I took an hour nap. I had a moto after though.
Did you get little orange slices for doing good? A little Dairy Queen?
Dude,
Whatever you want.
cupcake, bro. Come on.
Did you treat yourself ice cream?
Oh, more than one time now.
Oh, okay. Cupcakes, that's your thing.
Cupcakes, dude, cookies, anything.
So
I have
you're a
a
big
sweet
sweets
tooth.
guy.
Big sweets guy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it ain't good.
We're going to get him at the Moto Combine here in a couple years, and the whole point of that is to show you how little time you actually have on race day as a pro, and he's
No
going to be
naps,
trying
buddy.
to get that nap in.
Yeah.
Working on that nap.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna struggle with that, bud.
I honestly don't know how you guys do it. Like, you're not so darn nervous and wound up. Like, you can chill like that.
Yeah. I mean, I've learned that just trying not to stress over it too much.
Yeah.
Trying to relax.
Okay.
Best option.
It's one thing to tell yourself it, but he's actually able to
He's
do
living
it.
it.
That's the hard part.
Take naps, man.
Yep.
LeBron takes 3-hour naps every day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, true
Okay.
story.
Yeah, but he's going to end up being 6'9" like LeBron if he
I mean,
keeps this up.
look how tall this kid's getting.
It's going.
Hey,
you
I'm
worried
ready for
about it?
that
You
125.
I was going to say, is this the end of Super Mini?
I don't know yet.
Say it.
We'll have to see what the year takes me.
It's up to that Daniel Blair guy.
You're taller than Daniel
Wait, you're
already.
taller than Daniel Blair.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He is, I love
right,
it.
I'm
Yes.
like right there with him.
Does Daniel help test the little 65s?
I wouldn't doubt it. At Orange Ring Camp, we had all this talk about him getting on a Super Mini, so I'm gonna have to give him my practice bike and
You
race
could
him.
smoke him on a Superman. I'd love to see you.
This
do
is
that.
what I want to see. A 2-lap, because I'm not saying he's in shape at all.
No.
Daniel is not.
No big jumps, just nice and safe with just 180
Just
turns.
a turn
Let's
track.
just go
That's all
at
we
it.
need.
Regional
Let's
Lights
do
Arena
it.
Cross champion, team manager versus his top Super Mini
Send it,
guy.
Seth. Oh, you don't want none.
Well, it's been a good time. Thanks for doing this. Hey, this is a valuable experience. You remember when you're like pro sport that we did this and
Yeah.
what you learned from it. Yeah, exactly. All right, Seth Dennis, good stuff, buddy.
Thank
All right, Kevin, guess what? This is gonna wrap Radio Fox for the
it.
week. We did it.
We did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Second annual, third annual Radio Fox. I don't know.
Just
30
with a
years later.
28-year break
yeah,
in
28
between.
years later. Maybe.
Yes.
Hopefully, we see you guys next year. If Fox likes it enough, we'll be right back here.
Yeah, and it should be easier next year because hopefully we don't get a 6-hour break and an 8-hour break in the motos. It's been a wild scramble for everyone here. Awesome job keeping things relatively on track. I mean, they got it decent today.
It was actually pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. They scraped a lot of mud off, and the track was good.
Yeah, it was shocking. So whatever you throw at them at Loretta's, they can handle it.
Bring it on.
Thanks to Radio Fox.
Yeah.
Fox Racing and the folks at Vurb bringing this back for the first time since 1994. And no thanks to Kevin. You kind of dragged it down, so that might be why we don't come back next year. We hope for the best.
It'll be Weege, not me next year, I'm sure.
It'll be me and Seth Dennis.
You and Seth, he'll be right here
I'm
next
down,
year.
dude.
He's down. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back in 2024.